Hey, welcome back friends. So from this section we are going to create a new file which name will be registration.php. You can see here in the menu we have given the option registration for creating a new account for the user and the admin. In point of sale system, admin can create a user account for the admin or the operator, or we can say for the user. So we cannot give the direct link for create a registration, but we can give the link for registration, and we can give the option of the registration to the user account. Okay, so that's why we have given here the registration option in admin account. So let's start to create our file first, and let's open our code editor and select our folder UI, and inside the UI folder we are going to create a new file, and from this option we can create a new file, and let's give here the name registration.php. Okay, you can see here the registration.php, and we can open blank.php, and we can select all code from blank.php, and let's copy the code from here and let's paste on the registration.php page. And now we can change lots of things here. Let's give here registration instead of admin dashboard, and first save registration.php file, and let's see the output. Here give registration.php. Perfect, but it's showing us the warning. So what we need to do to remove the warning, let's go and change password, and you can see here two files. First is for the connection file for the database, and second is for the start session. So let's copy the two lines. Let me copy, and let's go back on the registration, and just before the header I am going to paste that two lines. Let's save, and let's see the output, and let's refresh our page. Perfect, it's gone now. So now let's work on the registration.php in that section. Let's open our code editor, and here you can see our card body. Okay, so you can see here the class row and class called lg12. So I'm going to remove this two lines and this also. Okay, and save our file, and let's see the output. Perfect. Okay, and what I am going to do here, simply inside the cart body I am going to create date row, and inside the row let me copy this and cut from here, and let's see the close division of card body, and just inside the close division I am going to close this row. Okay, and what I am going to do here, simply let me create another division, and inside it I will give call hyphen, then md, then hyphen, then 4. Let's close. Perfect. Okay, and inside this let me write h2 tag, and I'm going to give here 4. So let me copy this and paste it here, and give here 8, and here let me give 8. So 12 plus 8 is 12. 4 plus 8 is 12. So we know that our bootstrap grid system is based on the 12 grids. So that's why I give here 4. First is for the form. You can see here this division is for the form, and second division is for the table. Okay, this second division is for the table. So let's see the output. What is the output of our file? Perfect, you can see here. Okay, this division is for the form, and this is for the table. So first remove this title. We can give a special title treatment, card text, and button. So we can remove this, and we can also remove this, and save our file, and let's see the output. Perfect. And let's remove this h6 tag. Save. Now let's see the output. Perfect. And now let's open our localhost POS barcode, then pages, and inside the pages let's go in the forms and open general.html in new tab. And here you can see lots of forms. We can copy any form from here, and we will use this select option in our registration.php file, so we can copy that code from here. So let me open that page from our code editor. First let's go in pages, and inside the pages let's go in the form, and in the form we have general.html. so let's open this, and first of all let's go on which form we want to add in our application or in our page. So let's copy this quick example text. Okay. So here in the general.html, control plus F for find, and type quick example. So you can see here this form. Okay, so from this form we can copy this text fields. Okay, and checkbox, and after the checkbox you can see here the class footer and the form tag. So copy all, okay, from a starting tag of form to the end tag of form. So let me copy this code, and let's go on registration.php, and let's remove this h2 tag, and just inside this I'm going to paste that form. Okay, but I will remove, you can see here the card body, so class form, so card body I am going to remove from here. Okay, and the division of card body let's remove. Okay, now you can see here save our file, and let's see the output. Perfect, you can see here email address, then password, then file input, and check me out. Okay, so now we can remove this. What we can remove, we can remove this choose file, and first let's remove this, and let's remove this, and save, and let's open our browser and see. Okay, so what we need to do now, here we need let's copy this and paste it here, and let's give here name, and remove this id, and in the placeholder enter name. Okay, and type is text. Okay, and email address, second is email address, so let's remove this id. Okay, and the third is the password, so password, let's save and see the output. So the perfect, first is for the name, and second is for the email, and third is for the password, and fourth is we need. So now let's add the select option here, and you can see here in general.html you can see here this select option we need here. So let's copy this select, and let's go on our text editor, code editor, and let's go in general and control F for find and paste select, and you can see the select here lots of option of select. we can copy from here, custom select, and okay, you can see here. Okay, so let's copy this. You can see there are lots of options for select, but you will need to alert because we need that option, okay, not that. So copy this and let's go back on our registration.php and let's paste here and remove these two options, and let's give here the role and instead of select, because we need here role. In the first option I am going to show the select, and in the second option I will show admin, and in the third option I will show user. So let's save and let's see the output. So here is our registration.php and you can see here the select. Okay, so perfect. First is for the name and second is for the email, third is for the password, and we can select here admin or user. So from the next video we will write code for this form. Okay, and here is featured, so let me remove this, copy this, and let's go back on the code, Control F for find place featured, and here I can give instead of featured registration. Save and see the output. Perfect. Okay, so I hope you got this. If you have any doubt you can ask me the question. So see you in next video. Hi, welcome back friends. In the previous video we have successfully created our form for the registration. Now here in this video we are going to write code for the table. On that table we will show the accounts information, like for the admin email address and for the user email address also. Okay, so what we need to do, simply we will show the name, user ID, email address, and the role. Okay, so let's start to write code in code editor. Open our code editor and inside you can see here the form. First in the form I need to write the action attribute, and action attribute will be empty, and here I need to write method will be post. Okay, so now let's come back here. Perfect, you can see here. Okay, so now here let's remove this h2 tag, and here in column D8 I can write code for our table. So first I can write table, table class table striped, okay, table striped. Now inside the table I need to write t head. Okay, and inside the t head I will need the tr and td, but after the t head means from the heading, after that the heading I need here t body, means table body. Okay, in the table body we will write code for select query, but here in t head first of all I need a tr tag. So tr tag, and inside the tr tag I will write td. So for td, and inside the td we can give let me copy first the td. This is for the name, this is for the email, and this is for the role. So here I can give the hash, and here I can give the name, and here I can give email, and here I will give role. Okay, and let's save and see the output is working or not. Refresh our page. Perfect, you can see here. Okay, and after this let's go in the T body. Here we need to write code for the select query. So here I need to write the PHP code. So let's write PHP, and inside the PHP tag I can write the select query. So let me write. So our code is complete. Now let's save and see the output. Our code is working or not, and let's refresh our page. Perfect, you can see here. Okay, then user name and email and the role. Okay, so we can give here the password also. We can increase the password. So after the user email, let's give the password, and save password, and let's open our. Okay, so here what we need, user password, that column name is user password. Save and let's refresh our page. Perfect, you can see here. But here we need, after the email, we need to increase a heading which will be password. Save our file and let's refresh. Perfect. Okay, so I hope you got this what I have done here. Our code is working perfect, and we have, let's give here ascending ASC and save, and let's refresh our page. Perfect, 1 2 3. So what I have done here, simply let me explain you. Simply in this column called md-8, I just wrote a table code, table hyphen stripe, and in table head I just wrote the heading. You can see here. Let me open the browser, and you can see here the heading. This is the heading, name, email and password and role. Okay, and this is the hash. And after this I just wrote table body code. You can see here table body. So in the table body I just wrote this select statement. I just use the select query here. You can see here select and $PDO and prepare a method, a select asterisk from table user, order by user ID. Okay, I fetch out all the records according to the user ID in ascending order, and I just execute the query, and I use here while loop or while condition. So here I just wrote like this, $row then $select, and I use here fetch method PDO, then xcop resolution operator, then I use it fetch underscore object method. Okay, and I just echo the tr and td, the values from the database. Here you can see here user ID and username and user email, you can see here, and user password, you can see here 12345, and the role is admin. Okay, and I just close this. Okay, so don't be confused, it is easy task. If you don't understand, you can ask me the question. So see you in next video. Hi, welcome back friends. So let's continue our registration.php file code, and let's open our code editor, and here I can change some things, and here in the table I can give here table hover class. Okay, and what I can do here in the select, you can see here we have two options, admin and user, and here we need to give the name attribute. So the name attribute we can give here txt select underscore option. Okay, and here you can see the option first. Here in the option I can give here value, and value will be empty, and here I can give the class which is disabled and selected also. Okay, and here I can give select role. So let's see the output, and here I can change the name of the button. Instead of submit I can give here save. Open our page and refresh. Perfect. You can see here we cannot select role, and we can select admin or we can select user. Okay, and our button name is save, and here I can add a delete option. Let's open our code editor and let's go in table code, and after the role I need to give here delete. Okay, so save this and open our perfect. Okay, now you can see our table is hovering now. So I hope what I have so I hope you got this what I have done in this video. If you have any problem you can ask me the question. So see you in next video. Hey, welcome back friends. So now from this video we are going to create a new record. It means we are going to write code for creating a new record for our application. So simple, let's open our code editor, and here let's open registration.php file, and from here after the header you can see we can write code for our insert the records. First of all, writing the code we need to give the attribute name. So the attribute is name for our text field. So for the first text field is for the name, so here I am going to give txt name and copy this, and for the email I am going to give a name attribute txt email for the email field, and for the password field I am going to give txt password. And you can see here we have already given the name attribute for the select option, and for the button here we need to give name attribute for the button. So here I can give button btn save. Okay, so this is the attribute for the button which is btn save. Btn is for the button. Okay, so let's save our file and let's go above the code, and here we can write a condition, or we can write here insert query for our application. So simply first we need to here write to if condition. Inside the if condition we are going to check our button is set or not using of a set method, and inside the set we can pass $_ post, and inside the post we are checking btn save button is set or not. Okay, now let's open and close press of the if condition, and inside this I will write code. So let me write, then I will explain you what I have wrote here. Okay, so our code are complete. Now let's check it is working or not, and then I will explain you what I have done here. save our file and open our browser and refresh our registration.php, and let's put here the name. I am going to give here or putting here some dummy name, for example Farhan, and farhan@gmail.com, and password is 12 and role is user. Now let's save. Perfect, our code is running perfectly, and you can see here the message successfully the user into the database. Okay, so which message is this? You can see here, insert successfully to the user into the database. Okay, and one problem is there is that if I put again the same name and the same email and password is different and role is again user, then it will repeat. Okay, you can see the same record. So how can we prevent this? I will show you in the next tutorial. And you can see here, if I put for example and the wrong email and some and password and admin, so it is showing us missing. Okay, so let me explain you what I have done there, and I will add the sweet alert also there. So minimize this and open our code editor, and you can see here simply here I just use if condition, and here I use a set method, and I use here $_post method, and I pass the name attribute of the button save. Okay, btn save, and I am checking here button is clicked or not. If the button is clicked, then I just get out the values in this variable username using of $_post method. Okay, txt name and txt email, these all are the attributes, name attributes of our fields. You can see here in our form, you can see this is the name attribute of our text field, and this is the name attribute of our email text field, and this is the name attribute of our password text field, and this is the name attribute of our select option. So this all name attribute I used here. Okay, using of post method, I just get out all the values from this form. Okay, from this form and from this text fields into these variables: username, user email, user password, and user role. And after that, I just wrote a query, insert $PDO, then I use prepare method, insert into table user, and here I just pass the column name of the table. Let me open localhost and PHP Mysql, and let's go in our database, and here just open our table user, and you can see here the column name, user ID, username, user email, and user password and role. Okay, so that's the column name I just wrote here: username, user email, user password, and role. And I pass here values. This is the placeholder for preventing the SQL injection. So this method I used here for preventing from the SQL injections. So here I just pass the placeholders: name, email, and password and role. You can give any name here in the values section. Okay, and after that I use here $insert and bind param method. I just pass the value of name. Here you can see this is the placeholder which is holding the value of username. Okay, and I pass the value from $username into this placeholder. Okay, and this placeholder is passing the value is in on this column username. Okay, for the database. Just like this, here is email, and you can see here the email, and it is holding the value. We are passing from the user email the email value into this placeholder using of this method, and this placeholder email is inserting the value in this user email column of the database, just like that for the password and for the user role. And here I used if condition, insert and execute. If the data is inserted successfully, then we will show this message. Okay, and if our query is failed, then it will show us this message. I hope you got this what I have done here. And one thing more I can add here, we can add here the suite alerts. So let's go and change password, and on the change password, and just go on the last, and you can copy this code form, change password, copy this, and let's go on registration.php, and in the registration.php let's go just after the footer and paste just after the footer date code. Okay, and let's go back on the change password and copy this. Okay, and let's go back on registration, and here on the registration let's go here and remove the echo. First paste date lines, and we can copy this and we can paste it here. Okay, paste. Okay, and now remove this echo from here and copy these lines and just paste after the echo and copy this message. You can write any message here. Okay, now let paste this here, and here I can show the class error. Now let's save and let's see our suite alert is working or not. Let's go on our registration.php file and refresh our page, and again let's put a new user. Okay, so I'm going to give a new user, and password is 123 and role is user, and let's save. Insert successfully the user into the database. Okay, so you can see here new record is inserted successfully. I hope you got this, and if I again put a new record, and password is 123456 and role is user, save. Perfect, our code is working perfectly. Insert successfully the user into the database. You can write any message, or you can write any message, or you can show any message in this alerts. Okay, so I hope you got this. If you have any problem, you can ask me the question. So see you in next video. Alright friends, welcome back. In the previous video we have successfully created account for the user and for the admin, and we have successfully wrote the code for inserting the data from our registration form, and you can see here. But in last video we have got a problem. From the single email, admin can create multiple accounts. So how can we prevent that admin can create a single account from a single email, but not able to create multiple accounts from a single email? So what we need to do, simple, we need to write some code in our application. Okay, let's open our code editor, and here you can see we have wrote the insert query in previous video for inserting or for creating a account for our applications. Okay, and you can see here the insert query. Okay, so after or just before the insert query, I am going to write some code here. So simply, first of all, I will write here if condition again, and inside the if I will use a set method, and here I will use post, and inside the post I will check my txt email is set or not. Okay, and let's open and close the brace, and inside that I will write the query. Okay, so what query I will write here? Here I will write select query. So let me write. So I wrote the code here for compare the email address, and let me explain you. First of all, I want to tell you something. You can see here what I have done here. Simply you can see here I just use a set method, and I am checking txt email is set or not. Then I use here a select query, select $select and $PDO, and I prepare a statement, and I use here select user email, and I get out the value from the user email from table user, where user email is equal to $user email. Okay, you can see here the variable. So after that I execute the query using of execute method, and here I just use if condition again, then $select, and I use here row count method. Okay, if from the database row count method count the rows of our database, if it will get email multiple times or single times, then it will show us this error, email already exists. If row count is 0, okay, 0 is not greater than 0, then this condition is false, then it will redirect on else section. So inside the else section we need to copy and paste all the insert query. So let me copy. Here we have the insert query. Okay, so let's copy and cut from here, cut, copy, and let's cut and come here and paste it here. Okay, now let's save and see our code is work or not. Open our browser, let's refresh our file, and you can see here we have, let's copy this email address and give here any name, paste this email address, any password, select role, and let's see our code is work or not. If our code is not work, then we will see what the problem we are getting. Otherwise our code will work, then it will be perfect for us. So let's click on save. Okay, so you can see here the message email already exists. So our code is working perfect. Now what we need to do, simply let's go on our code editor, and here we can show, simply copy this message and we can show instead of this message we can show email already exists, and cut this email already exists. We can show a message here, create account from new email. Okay, and here we can use the class warning. Let's save and let's see the output again. Refresh our page and copy this email and let's paste it here, and use one username, any dummy username, and the password, and select the role. Let's click on save. Email already exists, create account from new email. Okay, so our code is working perfect. If I create a user 123 and user 123@gmail.com and give password 123 and role admin, and let's click on save button, insert successfully the user into the database. Okay, so you can see here our account is created successfully and our code is working perfect. If we click on save button, then see what will happen. Okay, we are getting lots of warnings here. Okay, so let's pack what we need to do and what can we do for that errors. Let's open our code editor, and here in our form we can give a class required. Okay, here copy this and let paste here also, and let paste here also, and let's paste here also. Save and let's open our browser, refresh our page, and again click on save button without filling any field. Okay, so if I fill this, then it will show a message here, If I fill this, it will show a message here. If I fill this, it will show a message here. Please select an item in the list. Okay, so I hope you got this what I have done here. If you have any problem, you can ask me the question. So we will see you in next video. Bye bye. Hi, welcome back friends. So now in this video we are going to write code for the delete button. You can see here on our registration.php page, here we have given in previous video a delete header, and here we will create a delete button and we will write code for delete the button. So let's start and open our code editor, and here we have our file registration.php. But before registration.php, let's go in header.php. And in header.php you can see here the menu option registration, and here in h hyperreference we can give here registration.php. okay, we can link date menu item from registration.php file. Let's save and let's back on registration.php, and here you can see delete header, and we can create a button here just after the role, and here we need to write td again, td tag. Okay, and inside the td I can write anchor tag, and inside the anchor tag I can write .php question mark, then id is equal to user id. okay, and now then here we can write class. Class will be danger for the delete button, and after the class I can give here let's close this. okay, and close anchor tag here, and inside the anchor tag I can write I, and here I can write class, and class I will give here hyphen trash, then hyphen alt. okay, now let's close and perfect. Now save our file and let's see the output. Refresh our registration.php. perfect, you can see here. okay, and you can see here the URL 1, then 2, you can see here. okay, registration.php question mark id is equal to 2. if I click on the third record, you can see the id here. okay, and then 5, and then 6, and then the id is 13. so we can get that id using of get method. so let me write code. Let's go on our code editor, and here just before the button save is set method I can write here the code. so here I will create a id, and in id I will get out using of get method. Here I will pass id, and here I will use a if condition. Inside the if condition I will use a set method, and inside the set method I will pass $id. okay, I'm checking here id is set or not, and here I need to write the query. so let me write So our code is completed now, and you can see here I just get out the value from that id from the URL using of get method. okay, and I just checking here id $id is set or not, and if $id is getting a value, then it will run this delete query, delete $delete $PDO and delete from table user where user ID is equal to $ID. Okay, and here I just give the condition if $delete then execute it. Okay, and here I can show message, sweet alert message. Let me copy this and let paste here. Okay, account deleted successfully. Okay, and here I can give the warning message success. Okay, and in the else section I can paste again, and I can give here account is not deleted, and here I can show the message warning. Let's save and let's see the output, it is working or not. Open our browser and let's refresh our page, and it's showing us this undefined array key ID, because this time you can see the URL here we are not passing, or we have not selected the ID is equal to some value of the row. That's why it's showing us this message. Okay, so for resolving this message I can write a line, but I will tell you first. Let me see it is deleted or not. You can see here a dummy account, and if I click on this button, account deleted successful. Okay, and you can see here account was deleted successful. And let's go on code editor, and just before here I can write a method which is error reporting, and I can pass 0 here. Okay, so that warning message we will not face again. You can see here if I click on registration, you can see here we are not facing that warning. Okay, that warning was unused, and you can see here now we can delete our records. Okay, account deleted successful, account deleted successful, and account deleted successful. Okay, and we can create new account, for example test@gmail.com 123 and user. Save, insert successfully the user into the database. Okay, perfect. I hope you got this what I have done here. If you have any problem you can ask me the question. So see you in next video. Hi, welcome back friends. So now in this video we are going to add the files or sessions in our registration.php, just like change password.php. Let's open our code editor and let's go on change password.php, and you can see here this we need to add there, and the same line we need to add there. So let me copy both the conditions and let paste on registration.php. Okay, and you can see here remove this header and let paste. Okay, and here perfect, you can see that. Okay, and let's save and see the output. First of all, log out our application, and you can see here if I log in from the user account, and if I try here to access registration, but I will not able to open registration.php file. But if I log in using of admin account, I can access registration.php. you can see here. Okay, so I hope you got this what I have done here. So see you in next video.